Alright guys, so I started this job without you, as I do sometimes. I got this radiator from my cousin, and the brackets kind of popped loose, so I'll have to clean that up and resolder it. But I wanted to get it mounted in there, and kind of get an eyeball of what's going on. So it looks like I'm going to have about 2 1/4, and I'm going to take that down to 1 3/4. So I'm going to have 2 2 1/4s to come up into 90, then 2 1/4 into 1 3/4 T, and then that 1 3/4 up into here, and then on the bottom I'm going to have a 3" that comes down in a 45 and another 45 into a hard 90, and actually it's going to be bigger than a 90. Yeah, 3", and then the bottom hose on this radiator is can't really tell. It's like 2 1/2. Looks like it's going to be 2 1/4. It might be 2 1/2. Yeah, 2 1/2. Could be 2 3/8. But yeah, so 2 1/2, 2 3/8. I'm going to come out of the bottom in a tight 90, and then 65, and then this will come out in a 90, and then over in a 65, and we'll make that work. And so that's 3" to 2 1/2, and this is and this is almost 2 1/2 too. Depends on which way you slice it. Looks like 2 1/2. It's definitely 2 1/4. I think this is just mushroomed out, so we'll just take that off. So 2 1/2, 2 1/2, 90, or 2 1/4. I mean, I don't really know. Strange. 2 1/2 one way, 2 1/4 the other. This one's 2 1/4 both directions. 2 1/4, 2 1/4. Maybe I'll get some 2 1/2 and try it on there and see how it is. So 2 1/2, 2 1/4, tight 90s. A T, 2 1/2, 2 1/4 into 1 3/4. Yeah, 1 3/4. That's like the 3rd different measurement I've gotten, so that's pretty good. Yeah. So I think this will work though. We'll get this resoldered. It's going to be kind of a bear, so we'll clean it up and get it resoldered. I'll have to take it to a radiator shop, but at least for now it's on there, and it'll sit on there, and it won't get eaten by the top pulley. And maybe we can get some water in this thing and get it up to temperature and see if that radiator will keep it cool. I'm gonna have to put some electric fans on it. So there'll be 2 electric fans on the inside. Looks like I could put 2 14" fans maybe. 14s might be a little big. Probably better do 2 12" fans. We'll put 2 12" fans on it. That ought to keep it cool. So, yeah, I guess what I'll do is I'll get 2 1/4 90s, and I'll get long leg 90s. Or actually, I'll just get 90s that are pipe, and then I'll just get some silicone hose that's straights, and then I'll put the straights on and decide where the 90s are going to go. We're going to have heat problems with these turbo pipes coming over here, so I may go tight 90, tight 90, tight 90. Just depends. So I'll get 4, I'll get 2, 4, 5, 6, I'll get 6 90. And we'll get this worked out. I got to solder this radiator. That's going to suck. It's pretty dirty and I can't really get it apart to clean it, but I'll do what I can. If I have to, I'll pop it off and take it to a radiator shop. Or if this thing works good, you know, maybe I'll just put a strap around it for right now and get this thing going and see if it works. And if it works good and it keeps it cool, I'll just order a brand new one. Because, you know, it's a modern radiator. Well, it's available, it's not modern. But, so anyways, I'll get that done. I'll figure my 3-inch. I'll get a tight 90, 2 tight 90s and get that thing pointed straight down. And then my 2 1/4, I'll come off and get a 2 1/4 to 3-inch adapter and then upsize it. And I think this is going to be more than enough water. This engine isn't going to be doing any work at all. This car doesn't weigh anything. This engine's used to pulling around 40,000 pounds or more. This thing's going to weigh like 10,000 pounds. So it's not going to be working. I would like to beef up the frame and the suspension, put a hitch on it, tow the race car sometime, but that's down the road. Let's get this thing working. When I get back, I'll have all the plumbing, and we'll throw all the plumbing together and see if this baby will come up to operating temperature and not mix oil with water. That'd be cool. And if that's a thing, then we'll do a quickie oil change, plumb in a fuel cell. We're probably going to use one of the big aluminum tanks off the old Freightliner, put it right in the trunk. I think that'd be super cool. So we'll plumb that in and get this thing on a switch and toggle and push button for start, and plumb up some air and get it making air. Get the Jake brakes working, get the air throttle working. I'll order a new Bembus cylinder. Maybe I can get one off of Brandon. I figured out, man, I found the old shifter that Gordon had made in this car, and I may just put that on and use it. It's dumb, but it's cool at the same time. And you know, it fits with the rat rod. I think I'm not going to put a back window in it. I think I'm going to sheet metal that in. What's up, guys? So just made a run up to hardware, get some hose clamps. I'm going to put together all of these connections. I also bought a bunch of pipe plugs, so we're gonna put those together too. And then we might air this thing up and throw some fluids in it and you know, see how it goes. So I bought 2 different size hose clamps. Just wasn't sure, you know, I wanted to make sure that I could that they'd fit, and it looks like either way is good, but it looks like I'm going to use the small ones more than the big ones. Could have actually got another size smaller. That's okay. I might close this one up a little bit. It's like
It's a little long. Okay, well, that's good, I guess. Yeah, I might end up, for now these are fine, but I may end up getting some more of the smaller clamps. They fit that 2 1/4 really well. Or yeah, 2 1/4. But I'm gonna nip them all off anyways. You know, I'll bring the grinder over and nip those off. We'll get all these clamps on, and then get the plugs in. We'll put a couple gallons of water and a couple gallons of coolant in, and pressure check it. See if we have any leaks, and if we don't, we'll top it off. It's really a strange sort of brew. You know, the fact that they have basically two separate cooling systems on this engine, and oh, is that too small? Oh man, it might be. I just barely get it. Yep, barely got it. Yep, I don't know if that'll make it or not. We'll see. We'll see how that pressurizes. But I don't know. I might need to move this. This might be on the wrong side of the hump. I don't rightly know, but we'll put it over here for now. I'd like to have, I'd like to build this all out of aluminum pipe, you know. If this all works, I may just leave it rat rod, but if it all works, I also might be interested in just leaving it, in building it all new. I don't know. I'll just see how it goes. This is one of those times when I wish I'd brought the screw gun out. It would have been a lot faster. Two more up here and then a bunch down there. Oh, just one more up here. I wish I'd have spent this $5 a piece on these clamps. No, I don't. The 15 psi that this thing is going to have to take is does not warrant T-bar clamps, but it's all good. They came with one of the hoses, and so I'm using them. You put a tie around that so that belt don't grind that off. All right. So I got to get a little pipe dope, and I'll be right back. There's a whole bunch of like water taps on this motor, and I'm assuming, you know, probably some big heavy duty heater, because it was a fire truck engine, so it probably had like a big cab and a couple of different heaters. I'm just assuming. So I'm going to plug all these off, and then if I have any problem with keeping it cool, I'll see if I can't read a book or something too big, and see if I can come across an answer. My hand is so fat that it's not wanting to work. It's swollen. I just hope that whatever bit me is not some kind of weird necrosis poisoning, you know, that eats your flesh, because that would suck. Okay, so that one, I gotta get this one. This one is gonna be a little bit of a pain in the butt, because there's some fuel lines. They're kind of in the way, so I'm trying to get them, you know, out of the way enough I can get a hold of that thing. Can't really put my finger on it. What is this? Oh, that's my return line. Okay. I was like, man, that's weird. Okay. I don't know if I bought a plug this big. I think I did, but if I didn't, I'll just go in the shop and take the little plug out of the big bushing and go from there. Not quite loose enough to do it by hand yet. Don't think I got one. Maybe I do. Might be this one right here. 3/4. It's interesting. Nope, I don't think it is. Yep, it is. It's interesting that all of the different assorted types of bushings and plugs and fittings and stuff on an engine, you can tell that somebody who was making fire trucks was like, oh, let's buy these surplus Detroit diesels and we'll save all kinds of money. They'd last forever and blah blah blah, when really they're not very economical at all. They don't make much power. They're loud. They leak oil like a leaky oil having machine. And you know, it is what it is. I think I got a couple of these little ones, maybe 3. Yeah, maybe I don't. But if I don't have one of these little ones, I do have one of the next sized up, and so I can take that fitting out, I think. I know I've been job hobbing today. You guys haven't noticed because you don't know what day I'm working on what, but I started off cleaning up the mess from the taking apart the big cam and doing the one head, and then I jumped to going to getting fuel, to filling up the tank, you know, putting some fuel in Candy because it's almost out. And it's been really filing a grievance, running like shit. I was thinking maybe it was low on fuel, but it didn't seem to make any difference. Well, that fitting is not coming off. Maybe this one will. Yeah, this one is. Hopefully I've got a plug for that. If not, I'll just take that inside and get that plug out. All right, so I got that fitting out. Just had to clamp it up into the vise and spin this big one out of there. Missed an awesome display of raw power. I think it was like a 200 cubic centimeter, one lunger, I don't know, motorcycle piece of shit. And the guy went by it, or revved on it real hard, and then took off and like pounded the gears as he went by the house. And I was thinking, man, I hope that wasn't, you know, for my benefit. And then after he got down the road a ways, he just stopped doing that. So obviously he was showing off for me. You know, everybody who's got a loud muffler got to show off in front of my house, just because I had bucket out and got some black marks laid out one time, and so everybody knows I got, you know, I don't know. I'd like to say a fast car, but it's not fast. It's fast by, 1980s. Naturally aspirated big block Chevy stuff, but compared to today's technology, no. All right.